I can do this too. Okay. Good morning. Nobody's here yet. Y'all will be here in a minute. I'm getting Facebook ready too. I hope the sunshine's not too bright out there. I might need to move y'all, huh? Okay. I'll sit in front of the sunshine. Although sunshine is really good. Okay. I'm getting us started on Facebook. So as you're coming in, if you can hear me and it's not glitching, if you can give me some thumbs up, that will be very helpful. I'm doing our Facebook over here. So if you can hear me and I'm not glitching, give me a thumbs up. There's a delay, so I'm hopeful that it's working. Okay. Here we go. Oh, yay. There's some thumbs up. So y'all can hear me. Good, 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 good. Good, 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 good. Every week it's like I forget how to do this. I don't know what it is. I look at my phone, I look at the computer, and I start to go like through the steps of doing this and getting us up and going on live, and I just blank. And it's like, have I done this before? And yes, I have. Hello. Yes, I have. Post. What time is it? 9:59. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do this too. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be there in just a minute. I'll give you a topic. My hat. Okay. Hold on. You'll get it first. Okay. And then I'm going to go live. Oh, y'all, I should have done this first. I think that I've solved technical issues and that YouTube is going fine. I did have a little bit of a scare when I first started to try to go live. So, but I've got 4 thumbs up, so I'm thinking y'all can hear me. Now I'm going live. I'm going live over here on Facebook too. It's starting. Hold on, everybody. Okay, so now Facebook is live and YouTube is live. And one of my biggest indicators of whether YouTube is working is if all of a sudden I start to see the numbers leave, like I start to see them leave and then come over here to Facebook. So I'm just giving it a minute. We're giving people a minute to join us. Happy Sunday, everybody. If you're in Wisconsin, like I am, you are so excited about our weather. Yay! Isn't this great? Now here it's going to get even better, even better. Okay, so one more sip of coffee and we'll get started. So what do y'all want to talk about? So the way that I want to start today is, there is a lot of talk right now about trying to come together, right? There's been so much divisiveness amongst us, and good morning. And what we're trying to do is, come together, have unity, have love, right? That's what we're hoping for. And what I am suggesting to me and to you, to all of us who are committed to the truth of who we are, to living from love, it's our job to do it first. So if we want unity, if we want love, we're it. We go first, right? So what does that look like? That is the question we need to be asking ourselves as we move through our day, as we hear from people who might be angry about outcomes, or we hear from people who are happy about an outcome that we're not happy about. It is up to us, no matter where we are in terms of our politics and where we stand. We, the people that are listening to my voice right now, I know that you and I are committed to love and unity. right? We're committed to that. We already committed way long time ago. So it is up to us in every moment to say, how can I bring that here? How can I bring unity and love to this moment, to this situation, to this person that I disagree with? Does that make sense? So I am suggesting that it is up to us. I am also suggesting that I feel just like, you know, we talk about this all the time. Every moment is a new opportunity to begin again. Every moment is a new opportunity to begin again. And today is an opportunity to begin again, right? It's a new day. It's a new day every day, right? And it is time to show up big for love, to show up big for unity, right? And it starts within our thoughts, everybody. I've had thoughts, okay, over these last weeks and days, and they didn't necessarily sound like unity, everybody. They didn't. But I recognized that they didn't, and I watched them, and I saw them, and I let them have their say for a minute. For a minute, I was like, okay, go ahead, not thought of unity. Have a second, and then okay, now you don't get to make the calls. It's me. It's the love that I am that gets to make the calls, right? So honor that inner dialogue, that has stuff to say about what's going on, but recognize that in the end, uh, the final say is the love that you are. I'm super hopeful that YouTube is not giving us problems, but I'm also seeing some switcheroos. Um, so let me tell you before I lead us in a prayer for unity and love, let me explain to you why I am wearing a hat, everybody. And I have to explain because the hat is rather large. So remember last week when we talked about writing letting your enchantment write you a letter, right? And it says, "Dear Lydia, I am your enchantment, and I love it when." And then you let enchantment speak. You let enchantment tell you what it loves. One of the things that my enchantment said is that it loves to dress up and it loves to wear hats. So I've been wearing hats pretty much all week long, and I have to tell you, it is super fun. I really do. Um, my mother-in-law actually came here yesterday, and she looked at me and she said, "You look like you're in costume." And it's like, good. That's what I'm going for because that's what I love. That's the enchanted thing, and we are meant to have life and have it abundantly, to live an enchanted existence. And my enchantment loves hats, and so here they are, and you might see them in the future again. Okay, so before we get started on some things that I wanted to share with you today, I'd like for us to join together in prayer, joining our minds and our hearts as we bring in and invite in unity and love for ourselves and our brothers and sisters. So I invite you to, wherever you are, just close your eyes, relax your gaze, and begin to notice your breath. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Relaxing into this moment, allowing all things to be exactly as they are. We are opening up to the mystery, to the fullness of our essence. And as we allow it to come up from within us, we intentionally send it out to all of our brothers and sisters. We send it out to those whom we agree with, and we send it out to those who we do not agree with. Equally, love, In this moment, in our essence, we can sense our oneness with one another. This is why we hurt when others hurt, because we are one. No thought of anger that we intend to go outward does not go inward. We recognize that the quality of our thoughts and all that we intend to send out, in fact, stays within, for there is only the one. I am committed to love. I am committed to unity. And I say, and as you are ready, you can open your eyes. I see that just as I open my eyes, I see that my connection with YouTube is unstable. So perhaps you're coming over from YouTube to Facebook. I don't know. It looks like it's working now. Maybe give me a thumb up if it is working again, or if anybody's still here. I'm going to just keep on rolling. I had said that I would be back in Unity today, and I apologize that that is not the case. It is my intention to be back in the building next week. So thanks for joining me in my dining room once again. Again, it is my intention for the next time that you see me, for me to be in our amazing building that we just got our mortgage for. Yay! Okay. So, ooh, I think, did I get a thumb up? A new one that says that you can hear me? I don't know. Maybe give me one if you can. And that way I can tell people that the platform's working. Okay. So I want to read this to you first. So I told you that, oh, lots of thumbs up over on Facebook. Okay, thank you. That actually does feel really good, but I was, I really just wanted to know that it was working. This is what I want to tell you. And I've mentioned before that I was gifted by Christy this amazing opportunity to do this workshop virtually with Elizabeth Gilbert and Rob Bell. And what happened this week is that I went back and listened to the recording of this. So I listened to what I had missed in particular with Rob Bell. And here's what happened. I got all these new insights, right? And then it led me to a book, and it was an amazing, inspired, several days of almost like feeling like a pinball, right? Um, it's like I would have this idea because of this thing, and it would zoom me over to this book, and that book would zoom me over to this poem, and I mean it was just amazing. And so I'm going to attempt to share my ping pong this with you because I think it's important. So first thing to recognize, right, is that we have a limited amount of time, right? We have a limited amount of time in a day, and our consciousness is worth something. What we give our consciousness is our gift, and there is much of it that we have to give, right? Before we need to give some back to ourselves. And so Elizabeth Gilbert said this about her inbox, and I so related to this. I completely related to this. And it was, she treats her inbox like her living room, or no, like her kitchen. And she says, when she opens her inbox and there are 60 emails from people that she doesn't know, but that are making requests of her, or maybe she knows them a little bit. She says she feels like it's just like if she came downstairs and they were all at her breakfast table. And if they were all at her breakfast table, she'd call the police. Get rid of these people, right? And what she realized is that, what would happen is someone would know her email, essentially, and say, oh, well, I know Elizabeth. Here, you go and, contact her. And this woman is, a successful author and speaker. And so lots of people want her time and lots of people want her consciousness. And so she's getting all these emails and getting bombarded. And she had this thing within her that felt like she needed to be kind and nice and respond. And, and what she has since done is completely abandoned that practice. And it happened because her partner she was told that she had 6 months to live. And when that happened, she just canceled everything. Elizabeth Gilbert canceled everything to go and be with her partner for the last 6 months of her life. And what she realized during that time is, I don't have to do all this stuff. I have a limited amount of consciousness, and what I give my consciousness to matters, right? So let's put it this way, right? If there are 10 things that are doing, 10 projects you are doing, imagine what would happen. Rob Bell gave this example. Imagine what would happen if you took, instead of doing 10 projects, you did 2 projects with that consciousness. What would happen to those 2 projects? They would explode because they had the gift of your full consciousness, right? We spread ourselves way too thin. It happens all the time. Don't worry, this isn't the only topic. So if you don't feel like you're a person that spreads yourself too thin, hang in there. I've got some more tidbits for you. But so what I want us to really embrace is, we have a limited amount of consciousness. Our consciousness is a gift, and we need to be particular about what we give it to. Here's what I want to read to you. Quantum entanglement, everybody, right? Hold on. I got lots of bookmarks. Okay. In quantum physics, when 2 subatomic particles have been bonded, then separate, they demonstrate an awareness of each other after they've been disconnected. This is called quantum entanglement. Okay, so do you feel that? They're 2 subatomic particles. Once they've bonded, even when they're then separated afterwards, they have an awareness of each other despite being separated. This is what happens when we have relationships with one another. We become quantumly entangled. So I have a suggestion. My suggestion is, love everybody, but bond specifically. Specifically, because what the bonds you create matter. They matter. Let me tell you about this. Here's the word, everybody. Love this word. Okay, Rob Bell taught me this word, everybody, and it is called zim-zum. Zim-zum. And here's what zim-zum is, okay? I'm going to find the right page that'll give it. Okay, so zim-zum is a Hebrew word. It's a Hebrew word, and it's based on the concept that it's used to talk about the creation of the world. So essentially, it's, God existed first, right? And in order for something other than God to exist, God had to contract itself to create a kind of a separation in order for there to become an other, something other, right? And so that is what is called zimzum. And this is a creation story metaphysically. We're not talking about science. This is a Hebrew kind of metaphysical way of understanding the creation of the universe. So here's what happens in our relationships. We have zimzum going on, okay, because of quantum entanglement. So if you create a bond with somebody, what then happens is, you've got your life, who you are, and then their life and who they are. And when you create a bond, there is a space in between you. A new thing is created, right? So new things created, and here's what happens. There's an energetic flow in between. So what happens, okay, what I think about you affects that space, that flow, that energetic thing in between you, right? What I think about you, what I say about you, how I feel about you, how I feel about myself. All of those things, what I do, what I say, it matters, and it affects the other person. And so this is kind of talking about spiritual partnership. But I like to call it evolved forms of relationship, because spiritual partnership sounds like I'm talking about romance, and that is not what I'm talking about. So do you feel what I'm saying? I am saying, love everybody, but bond specifically, because the bonds that you create affect your consciousness. They affect your ability to give yourself fully to what is in front of you, because you become entangled. Now, interestingly, this is what Keith and I are doing. The book is called The Zim Zum of Marriage, okay? And it is by Rob Bell and Kristen Bell, and they are talking about Zim Zum within marriage. But as I was listening, I realized that it is not exclusive to marriage, that there is a part, because of quantum entanglement, that has to do with all of the bonds that we create. But I will tell you that the book, Zim Zum of Marriage, Keith and I are listening to it. We started last night. We read a chapter. As soon as we're done here, he and I are going on a walk and we're listening to the next chapter. And it's Kristen and Rob Bell. They're a husband and wife, and they wrote it together. And I highly recommend it. It is very practical, fun thing. So here's the deal. The last thing that I want to say to you, the tip that I got from Rob Bell and from Elizabeth Gilbert, was about the Sabbath. It's about having a Sabbath. You know, in the Bible it says, remember the Sabbath and keep it holy. And what they describe is this. Okay, I'm going to give you some more. I'm going to lay some more science on you, everybody. Hold on just a second. I got it written down here. Hold on. Sorry, it'll only be a minute. Talk about. Okay, so here's the deal. When you consistently think and act in certain ways, particular neural pathways are formed. Every time you then think and act in that same way again, you are reinforcing those pathways, and the sheaths around those pathways grow stronger and thicker. Can you feel that? And this is what we call a rut, everybody. And you know what Rob Bell said? He said that the way that despair happens is that every day is like the day before, that you expect tomorrow to be just like today, that is what despair is. And so the Sabbath is about recognizing the importance of having a break in your week, something that is unexpected, and a day where not only do you not work, you actively do something that is different, that gives that neural pathway that you've been creating a jolt, that wakes you up. And the reason why you do that is because you are meant to have life and have it in its fullness, and you cannot have it without that. You cannot have it without variety, right? That's one of the issues with this pandemic, because we've been limited, right, on our choices and what we can do. And I think the reason why we've been limited in the choices of what we can do is because it's about being with the people that we're already with. It's about finding new ways to be with those people, right? And so the Sabbath, in order for us, and we talked about this too, this is really the same thing as Rat Park, everybody, right? It's the same thing. If it's the difference between living in a cage or living in Rat Park, and we owe it to ourselves and our lives, to our enchantment, to our Christ nature, to go have some fun, for it to be different than it was before, right? And Rob Bell says it's not just a day that you don't work, right? Because even if it's a day where you don't work, you are defining the Sabbath by the lack of work. So work is still in control, right? So this is about, it's more than just not work. It is about doing nothing and doing everything. I don't know if it's dancing in your living room. I don't know what it is for you, but you can ask your enchantment, and your enchantment will tell you. It might say, wear hats, change 15 hats today. Then don't check your inbox. Don't check your inbox. Good Lord, don't check your inbox. Yeah, I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm going to start the Sabbath thing once a week, and I will not be checking my inbox on that day. Okay, so the Sabbath, everybody, you have a limited amount of consciousness and energy. Your consciousness and energy is a gift. What you give it to is a gift, right? And it is sacred. And love everybody, everybody equally, but be specific about what you give your consciousness to, who you bond with, what you bond with. Can you feel that? Really, really, really important. Okay. I think I covered it, everybody. So I chose a daily word today that is not, today's daily word. For all of you who don't know, this is the Daily Word. It is a Unity worldwide publication. You can get it on dailyword.com. It's an amazing devotional, and it gives, like a little affirmation, gives a little verse, and just, a thought to meditate on. And I decided that I wanted to, it's hard because really what I wanted to focus on today, what I wanted to focus our prayers on is this idea of love and unity with one another, taking this moment to really join together again. And so I had a couple and I looked, so I'm still looking. Which one am I going to do? Okay, I'm going to do this one. So actually, this is this Tuesday's, but it's pray for others. I open my heart as I pray for others. Affirmative prayer blesses my life and my world. I make time every day to turn away from distractions and busyness and rest and contemplative silence. With deep breaths, take a deep breath, everybody. With deep breaths, I draw from the healing flow of life as I relax my mind and body. I begin by letting go of attachments and worries. When my mind is cleansed and my heart is open, I am ready to pray. I silently affirm my unity with God and with all life. Can you feel that? Let's do that right now. I silently affirm my unity with God and all of life. Now I have to find my space. As I focus my awareness on the Christ within, I allow that radiant light to shine forth, uplifting everyone I'm holding in prayer. I pray for my friends, my family, and all people with each breath. My prayers bless the world, and I am grateful to be of service in this way. And here's the verse, Job 42:10. And the Lord restored the fortunes of Job when he had prayed for his friends. And the Lord gave Job twice as much as he had had before. And the affirmation is, I open my heart as I pray for others. And before I close with our final prayer, I want to remind everybody that we are in the final days of our matching fundraiser. Thank you so much to everyone who has given. Keith and I decided that we are inspired to give again, so I'll be doing that later on today. And it's through Wednesday. Everything through Wednesday is going to be matched, for this fundraiser. So please participate if you're so inspired. It's a dollar for dollar match, and it's a great opportunity for our community. And lots of people have done it. I mean, it's great. It's great. We're all showing up like we always do. And I promise that it is my intention to be in the building so that you can be reminded that we in fact have a building and a place that we will gather soon. Okay. So let's do our prayer for protection together, and then let's meet together in Zoom. Everybody come to the Zoom. I know it's beautiful. I know we want to get outside, but let's take 20 minutes to be together as a community. This is not the Church of Lydia. This is the community of Unity of Appleton. And it has been so hard to have that community when we can't be together, but this Zoom is a way to do that. It is a way for us to get together. So please take some time, come join us via Zoom. The link is on members only. It's also in every single email blast that you've received for the last 4 or 5 weeks. The other great thing is that this is the second Sunday. So Bedford is available for prayer, you guys. Can someone post that prayer Zoom link in members only? It's in there from weeks ago, and it is in the blast, but I want people to know there's a difference. We've got the Zoom where we all get together, and then there is a Zoom if you would like to pray with Bedford. So I will get that link up. So nobody has to do it. I'm going to hang up with you, and I'm going to get that link up there so you will know the difference. There's one Zoom link for prayer, and there's one to come to the meeting. And you can always, do a prayer with Bedford and then hop on over to the group Zoom. Okay? So I'll post that link in just a minute. So here we go. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Okay, I will post that link on members only for the prayer Zoom. See you in a minute, everybody. If you are not a member and you would like to participate in our Zoom, send us a message, okay? Talk to you soon, everybody. Talk to you soon, everybody. Yes, we're ending. Okay, I gotta get to that.